on 7. My name is Renata Samoskad. Boom, boom.
Good morning, everyone. Boom, boom. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your Friday episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space. Ren, let's tease them what can they expect on today's show.
Segment is coming in because Optimist 501 Club is going to be talking about their poetry competition, the winners, everything that's going on with it, and find out all the good stuff along the sun. They've been talking with us for a couple weeks back, and so now we get to see what are the fruits of that labor.
That is true. I'm excited to know who won this poetry competition. It's going to be very fun. We also have other great segments prepared for you today. I smell food.
But we're going to keep you guys guessing,
Yes.
keep you guys waiting for it because we have dynamic coach talk to dive into also. And so how you know this thing work? Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, respectful. Of course.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Let's boom, boom to the couch.
Answer that's worth looking for today. Just in time,
and he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the
show that we're on right now. Tell me, this
and
is
I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hush that has been
The
happening
world
over the
that
weekend.
we see
So
may seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share.
Beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome to your Friday episode. It's June 12th. I want to say thank you so much for welcoming Renata and I into your space. If you're watching via Facebook, YouTube, or cable TV, it's Friday. We're going to have a great time. Before we get into all the goodness, let's bring you the weather, and that's courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. Moist and unstable conditions linger. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with cloudy spells. Showers or thunderstorms will be generally isolated except for the north, where a few more can be expected during the daytime. High temperatures today will range from 87 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 92 inland and 82 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be cloudy at times, along with a few showers and thunderstorms to develop mainly along coastal areas late night and tomorrow morning. Low temperatures tonight will be 82 along coastal areas to 74 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. The wind will blow from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots and the sea state will be moderate to rough. A small craft caution remains in effect for occasionally gusty winds and locally rough seas. Operators of small craft should exercise caution. A high tide will occur at 6:42 this morning, a low at 2:23 p.m., a high at 8:49 tonight, and a low at 1:24 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:17 and will set at 27 minutes past 6. The moon set at 4 minutes past 4 this evening and rise at 3:30 a.m. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for cloudy skies at times, along with a few outbreaks of showers and thunderstorms to develop mainly along coastal areas during Saturday morning. Thereafter, shower activity will become generally isolated. In the sargassum forecast, satellite imagery and forecast models are suggesting that a significant amount of sargassum could be heading towards the northern and central parts of the country. This could potentially result in major impacts on coastal destinations in those areas. And in the tropical weather outlook, no tropical cyclone formation is expected over or near Belize and her coastal waters during the next 48 hours. And with that, we conclude your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
That's our weather update.
That's our weather
Very important for
update.
us to stay tuned.
Boom, boom,
Especially
boom, boom.
yesterday's in regards to the a lot of rain that was experienced throughout the country,
Bro,
the
yeah.
flood that took place. Definitely, we remind you and encourage you to stay tuned to nms.gov.bz for your weather update. NEMO has been putting out advisories throughout the country, so please tune into NEMO's Facebook page for you to be aware of like what are the advisory coming for your particular area. Very, very important.
I think I was seeing some schools down south specifically that they had to say, right, while the waters are clearing up, that they're going to have school virtually or something along that line too. I was reading, I was like, what? I missed the school and everything, but I was like, ooh. But down south was really taking a lick with them waters.
How's your energy today, Ren? I love your earrings, by the way.
Thank you, Boothaler. My energy is like there, but it's not there. It's there, but it should be there, but it's not there.
Okay,
So it's like that.
I can see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to wind up because certain things in the government have wind down, right? So I'm trying to wind up in that sense and make sure that I'm present and I'm here. But yeah, I'm excited to be blessed with God's ability to be on earth for another day and try to take it on and gather myself together. So I'm here. How are you feeling? People are enjoying your pink. Kevin, you really look nice in a pink though. It's you.
Really?
Like I feel like
Thank you.
I normally see you either in like bright colors or you kind of wear like this like nice chic kind of look. So the pink is a nice compliment because
Okay,
I think
thank you.
I don't often see the pink. And then it's not
very
like
rare.
this, it's not a bright pink, it's like this, it complements your skin. And then your skin like be like shining. So like I think it's, watch it, he does start blush, like he don't need a lot, man. I love it. Kevin's like, I need to take a minute before I turn pink like the shirt.
Thank
But
you.
he looks good, right?
Appreciate
But he
the compliment.
nice.
Thank you
and
so much,
He
Ren.
put the color combo with the white and the
Yeah.
brown and everything.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
No socks to put your foot up
The
in
socks,
the air,
my
but we
white-
don't
it's my
care.
white arches for sure. I've been in white arches season. But definitely, I'm feeling great. You know, like similar to you, I'm grateful to have a new day. I'm grateful that the sun is out today.
Yes.
As much as the rain is needed. My social battery is a bit low, which is okay, manageable to make it through the day. But I'm also looking forward to tomorrow. So tomorrow is Flavors of the Jewel, and it's taking place at the House of Culture. There's 11 designers. Each one has 6 pieces to present.
Yes.
What's exciting about this is that Indira Craig and I are going to be hosting
I
the
saw
fashion show
that.
tomorrow, which is like the first time, you know, hosting an event with Indira. So that's an honor, it's a privilege, you know. Such a big fan of Indira for everything she stands for. So I'm very, very excited. Tickets are still available for people to go ahead and purchase that and join us tomorrow at Flavors of the Jewel. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but
Come out, guys. Flavors are just going to be amazing. You don't want to miss out. Even if you can't go to the actual event, they're going to be having a pop-up in the daytime too, so you can be able to see the different vendors that are taking place at the House of Culture. So there's so much amazing things, you know, to enjoy and share with other persons. If you're looking for something to treat yourself with, treat your dad with, treat your family with, come out and enjoy. Big up to Sol. Well, Landy from Sol Clay, that she was also on the show. She's one of the persons that creates the statement pieces, like the earrings and the chains for the models. So that's my friend. You go, girl.
I love it. Proper shout out. All right, Ren, so let's get started with Couch Talk.
Okay, let's dive in.
Let's dive in. And our first Couch Talk topic is that NEMO has issued a flood warning. And so like what they mentioned is that the cause of the rain was because of tropical storm Christina that formed in the Pacific Ocean and passed through the Central American region. Thankfully, it has, you know, dissipated, so it's no longer present. But it definitely did bring a lot of rain into the country. So flood warning are still present for central and southeastern portions of the country. And there's a flood alert for the western and central parts of Belize. So they're saying, please follow all the flood warning, all the flood advisories. Again, stay tuned to NEMO's page for you to know if you're in a particular area and how can you be affected and how to prepare for that.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see how quickly things escalated when it comes to the waters. I know that they said that City River at Kendall has risen above bank levels, and it was so much rainfall that people could have been experiencing some urban and flash flooding, so they were supposed to really be on alert in that specific area. That how, for the western and southern and central area, river levels were still closely being monitored from yesterday because it was a consistent rain, and you're seeing it right there. People were joking in the in the comments about how they sent out baby beef into the waters. I think that because of the beef what she have with Brandon, they say just make Miley go take one for the team. But definitely residents all over that were near rivers, streams, low-lying communities, and flood-prone areas had to be on high alert because the waters made a raise, and it was a very scary situation for some persons because also you were seeing how it seemed like a stream for certain places. I know that some buses, I was seeing video footage. Yeah, courts with the umbrella. I want to know how that one umbrella could protect my legal, but you know what? At the back there, you see everything. I loved how they went to go get a story.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, the floods came down, the water came down, and they couldn't make it back. They were out there for an hour and change more because of just being stuck on that road.
Yeah, look at how the flood affected the
And this is the
coastal
coastal
highway.
coastal highway, yes, and it's a coastal road, but same thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
And it get broke up, mash up properly too. I think what is also important about this, and Minister Spat pointed on the fact that because of deforestation and because of a lot of things that are taking place when it comes to us planning and removing trees in certain areas that trees were once being able to stop waters or to be able to kind of soak it up, we are going to be seeing more effects of flood in a higher degree because, of course, when you mess with the ecosystem, when you mess with the forest and all these things, you have to know how to properly plan these. The water run down, and sometimes the water could stop at a certain point. These are what trees and other things are supposed to be doing to help with the balance of it. So we have to kind of expect things in this way. You saw that water, look, why? If you have a low car, honey bunch of oats, I can't even imagine how you may do a real prayer for make sure you not go in or something and never come out back from it.
I agree. It's definitely of concern. And again, we want to remind you to stay tuned to NEMO and your reliable sources to know how is your area going to be affected. But definitely one of the conversations that was sparked yesterday at the flood was, could this increase in floods be as a result of the deforestation that is getting experienced in the area? And as you mentioned, the forest is very important.
You know, cut down their trees.
Yeah.
All the logging, all of that stuff there. In a places we're not supposed to get cut down in the first place too. Because we got permit in a certain area and then we go over with time. And after that, we go in an area where they even supposed to be in the area where we go in. And you don't wonder why we got the problems we have right now. Anyways, I'm calm. I'm calm. Calm, Renata. Peaceful. But I'm just saying we have to understand. And we look at the animals and we always talk about how, the animals are coming into our areas and so forth. But we have to also take up responsibility and accountability for us as human beings. When we're developing, we have to have a plan. We have to look and see and watch the trends of what happens when it comes to weather conditions. We know weather conditions are not the same way that they were 10 years ago.
For sure.
We're seeing floods in times when we don't necessarily get floods, heat waves, all kind of things happening. And this is not just for Belize, it's across the world. So we have to be mindful of how we try to plan and what do we have in place to make sure that we're accounted for when it comes to preserving what we have. And I wrote the broke up.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, right? Because, that's going to be an expense that they have to go and reinvest in repairing the coastal road. And how often that's going to have to take place, right? So hopefully, going back to the planning table allows them to do a better design because we need to be responsive to the changes that are taking place with the climate. But Ren, let's move on to our next Culture Shock topic. And this was a short, sweet, but definitely a clip on the news yesterday that was impactful. And I say this because yesterday, the Charge of Affairs of the U.S. Embassy was asked about their views on the Cuban doctors. And very subtle, she's like, she reminded us that the U.S. government reminds all countries to adhere to international labor standards. And it was important for that to mention because that's what the U.S. government has been telling all countries. And that's kind of like what has prompted, certain countries to send back Cuban medical brigade persons back to their country. So she said the government needs to adhere to international labor standards and to human dignity, and that the government of Belize has strong commitments to healthcare access. But we know there's 94 persons from the Cuban medical brigade here in country. And we have been waiting to hear from the government of Belize as to
what's going to
happen to these.
I know they said they were working on
persons.
the ends to see if they can keep them. And I feel like that was kind of the song that they were singing a long time. And like, we're working on it, we're in conversations, we're trying to see how we can keep them, that kind of thing. I think it was played in different harmonies and different genres at this point that we were just like, we'd all wait.
And we'd wait to hear, like,
But
what's
then
the
when you
official
say the
take?
Charge of Affairs says, oh, we didn't support of, like, we're winding down that program. We're winding it down. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I would think we depend pause, I would think we depend how. I think we need to wind up. I think we need to try figure out how we could keep it. And, like, that's why you said, when you said the power in that, I'm wondering, what do we don't know? And when we going to know something?
When are we going to find out? Yeah. Right.
Give us the details, because if that's the case and they're coming from that stance, has it already been decided that, you know what, pack up bags and we have to go? And if that's the case, like you mentioned before, these 94 professionals, medical professionals, what would happen there, in that sense? And how would that affect our economy, our healthcare system, all of that in itself? If it would be really, because again, I'm just going based on what she said, but we still haven't had any kind of like backing, any kind of plan, any official, anything. But for her to say that also has a bit of a stance, because I don't think she would say that just for fun. I know when they asked her a little bit more, she said she's not going to talk about the conversations that they had, but they just going to let us know that they in support of them winding down on this program.
So we're waiting to hear what winding down means. So hopefully the government of Belize has an official statement to share as it regards to what's going to be the fate of the 94 Cuban professionals that are part of the Cuban Medical Brigade providing healthcare services in the country. Let's wait.
Now that's to be salty for a second, and I'm going to repeat exactly what Brandon says here.
What is Brandon
He's
saying?
like, funny. We must adhere to international labor standards, but they don't adhere to humanitarian standards. Oof. Ooh. So, we just adhere to some standards. It's not all standards, because it can't be all standards, Okay, if it's just this standard because I like this one, this one apply for what I want to apply. So for this one, well, I'll put it at the back there. I'll do what we need to do to make sure what we want happen.
Yeah. So with that, we move on to our next cultural topic. And this one has a bit of eyebrows raising because it's very unusual for somebody to be charged for trafficking in persons. And this Asian person, Jane Zhu Wu, was convicted for 4 counts of trafficking in persons. So he's pending sentencing on June 26th, but what we can share is that he is being charged for 2 counts of labor trafficking and 2 counts of trafficking for sexual exploitation. What makes the case a bit more interesting also is that this took place in the court hearing took place in Dangriga.
Dangriga's High Court,
But he is from Corozal. So it's like, how did this story or this trial end up all the way in Dangriga?
Very unusual. Very unusual in how the entire thing went down. What I think also, like you mentioned before, the case dates back to complaints made by 3 Central American women who were accused who accused Wu of trafficking them into Belize and forcing them into prostitution. So, police had arrested and charged Wu back in 2020 following a complaint from 2019. And like you mentioned before, he's all the way from up in Corozal, but now remanded to prison because of this case now in Dangriga. So it's like connecting all these things. But I think what is important to understand is like when you're looking at labor trafficking and you're looking at trafficking for sexual exploitation, trafficking in general can happen in all parts of the country. So even if somebody's working here, the way how these things are run, like they work, but they have other things that happen in other parts. It's quite a network of connections and persons doing your hanky-panky, spanky-wonky business here and there. And it's scary in that sense to think about it because you don't know, like you see somebody and you're like, oh, they would have never be connected to something, but you don't know how deep those ties run, what those connections are, what networks they're already in, what's already in place, and how smooth this machine to run. And I think that's the scary part about it, to make people be more alert that you could be anywhere and you could be managing things and so forth. So of course, like Kevin said, we're going to continue to see how this case unfolds in that. But, you know, kudos to being able to see something like this unfold and reminding persons it is still relevant, it's still happening in our country. It's not over our heads, because a lot of times we think that, oh, no, I really believe it's peaceful. Just because you don't know it, you haven't really heard stories,
sure,
or you don't see it, you don't think it's relevant and happening. So inform yourself, be aware, you know, look and understand, like, trafficking, labor trafficking, all of these things, exploitation, sexual exploitation of persons are happening, is happening in our country present today.
That's true. I'm grateful that, you know, like there was the sentencing is going to take place, and that there's persons that are saved from this issue, right, of being trafficked. So hopefully they're able to get the proper support for them to go back home. Also the psychological support, because there's two persons that were here for sexual exploitation, which is another level of trauma added on its own. So I hope that they're able to get the necessary support and are safely returned
100%.
home.
And I'm wondering how the sentencing is going to be, because as you know, sentencing goes based on the different evidence presented, people vouching for character, all kind of stuff. So I'm interested to see how deeper so this sentencing can also go when it comes to that.
For sure.
But let it be known for persons out there, we do things in the dark, it comes to light. And for persons that can be a part of that truth, please don't apart, make reports, believe persons, and make sure that you're cooperating with the police officers that do the investigations.
Yeah. We move on to our next Couch Talk topic. And yesterday, and for the next 2 days, the select senior justices of the peace undergo specialized training to strengthen protection for victims of domestic violence. This is a very, very great development that's taking place in the response of providing better support for victims of domestic violence. So what took place yesterday is that there's a group of justices of the peace, which are now called selected senior justices of the peace. And these persons are going to be providing interim protection orders to anybody that may need support, especially for domestic violence. But also, like, these justices of the peace are undergoing a series of training sessions for them to be aware of what is the reporting process for domestic violence, you know, like how do you provide court orders, how do you provide protection orders, all of these things. And this comes as a result of a response to, you know, sometimes when people would like a protection order, if it's a Friday, they're unable to get it, you know, like sometimes the court is closed.
All these things are happening. So like Kevin said, these are for emergency orders that can be issued outside of normal court hours. During court closures or when immediate access to magistrates are not reasonably possible at that point in time, which I think is important, because sometimes, especially when you think about a sensitive topic as domestic violence, and in order to wait for 8 to 5, it's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna relax on the weekend because I realize that, you know, we can't do nothing on the weekend. It happens. It could be happening anytime. And so being able to have these persons trained, I think is really pertinent. Like you mentioned before, they're getting a very intense training that looks at the legal frameworks for interim protection orders, the limits of the JP authorities, proper record keeping, communication, which I think is an important topic, communication with vulnerable populations, because you have to be able to know how to talk to these persons and understand, you know, what they're going through and navigate those conversations that are extremely sensitive, heartbreaking, hard, traumatic for a person. So like all of that's going to be trauma-informed approaches, which are going to be also included, and procedures for handling emergency applications. So I'm really grateful that we're thinking in this step and looking at this step, because again, they're not like the 8 to 5 thing. They're not like, oh, on Friday at 4 p.m. it stopped. We know these things happen late in the night, early in the morning, on the weekend, holidays, all of these things happen. And we have to be better equipped to support our survivors.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if they're allowed to share the names of the justices of the peace that participated.
I'm not sure.
And I say this because it would be good to know where they are In case somebody needs this
True, true.
service, in case of an emergency, and they're unable to go to court, then they know who they can reach out to for protection.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how it works for Justice of the Peace if they're allowed to publicly share.
And I
their
know that
name
there's a
or-
listing for Justice of Peace. There's supposed to be this big public listing from them, and respective different areas you can know which ones you can go to, because that service is something that's supposed to be provided free for persons out there. So it's great to see, them taking it from just that service for other persons, but into a deeper protection measure. But I think it is public, the names of the JPs, but I'm not sure about the senior JPs if they're
Okay.
gonna. But I think they should do, because of
Yeah.
course, like, vulnerable populations need to know who to go to, and that has to be able to flow properly. But big up to them for strengthening protection measures and allowing access after hours.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Putting the right training in place. So, like, yeah, this is a perfect step forward that we need.
Yes. We move on to our next couch talk topic. Oi.
We've been talking about it. I think many people are waiting. Guys, municipal elections that happen next year, March, right? Yeah. We're winding down. It's less than a year, Kev. It's less than a year.
Less than a year.
And you don't know that means the engines start rev. The machine, they start get ready.
And people are submitting their names for candidacy.
And the deadline for that is also the 19th of June, if I'm not mistaken, right on Kevin's birthday.
Yes.
And our special. So imagine when I say, right on the special. Guys, just remember to submit your application today. But no, we were talking about just the interviews that took place with Mayor Bernard Wagner about the possibility of elude. And of course, now elude has posted his picture and everything and said, I've submitted. We've seen Alan Pollard that has made an entire video, like, showcasing the city, showcasing that he was raised by these streets. They were his teachers. The community was his teachers. And so we don't know, would it come in hot?
Yes.
Would it come in ready?
For Belize City Council municipal elections, Alan Pollard and Elude Miller. They've both submitted their names to run for mayoral candidates, and they've also presented their council
Slate.
their
Counseling slate.
counseling slate.
Yeah, their slate that they're running with. Anyway, yeah.
It's very interesting, very interesting. And so, like,
What are your thoughts on how this is playing out? Seeing two young men going
Yeah.
up in this way.
It's a very interesting one. For one, it's good to see that there's young people, stepping up. They've both, in their own ways, they've done remarkable things within
Of course.
the city council. So they do have a track record that shows, they have a seriousness. They're here to serve their community. Of course, there's the question about, if has there been like a preferential take on Elude Miller because he is the
The mayor's
son-in-law, and how that may look like. But ultimately, I feel like at the end of the day, the candidates have announced that they're running from today, so it's up to the persons to decide and have that interaction with them, who is going to be best fit for Belize City. We know that Alan Pollard has been in the Belize City Council for 8 years now.
Yes. I
and-
didn't realize it was so long.
So definitely he comes with a lot of experience
Yeah.
there. And so that's already in for you to see. So like go ahead and have that conversation with them, do your homework to find out who is the best person to address the issues that you're currently experiencing within Belize City.
100%. And I like that, Brandon did choose to leave the fire today. He's like, okay, now, so we are finally get to see the UDP slate. And fun fact, I was thinking about that yesterday because I know that we said, I think it's Jackie Willoughby had said that it's possible that she would be running too. And she had mentioned this on one of the other, I think it was Wave. She mentioned it and
Okay.
she didn't go into depth about it because, of course, certain things have to be worked out when it comes to the UDP. But I'm now waiting because PUP we don't start like say names, we don't start say videos, hey, productions that happen. Production, we don't want production happen, things start get really real, right? So I'm waiting to see what UDP is gonna be putting out, and at least for the Belize City.
Yeah, who are going to be the candidates? I recall from the last press briefing that the UDP had, they said that they're going to be very strategic.
As they should be.
Very strategic about the time when they release their candidates, but also like who is going to be within this committee. So wait and see. But for now, at least we know who are the UDP mayoral candidates running.
So we're gonna wait to see patiently, and we're gonna see also other PUP persons, because remember it's on until next week, June 19th. So they still have time for somebody else that want to throw their hand in
Let
it.
her run.
Actually, who Ina said that they put their name in? Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte said putting my name in. Baby girl, go for
Charlotte.
it.
Go, Charlotte.
Stop playing these games.
Yeah, yeah.
Miss Claus needs to be. I could just tell it. Miss Claus, Belize and Gal, Michelle, Bella, all of the Ina, this whole
Brandon,
slate.
yeah.
Everall, oh, maybe Everall. I don't know if I put Everall on the slate. He could help with campaign managing.
He could be campaign manager.
He could be, and maybe could get Nathan in there.
Yeah,
to do all
yeah,
these
yeah.
things.
I can see
Danielle, you want to go in all these slate, man? Come on. The Grand 11.
That is true. That is true. I can
What's up,
see
Indians?
Rasta Limited too also being part of the.
Oh my, he'll be the advisor. I think he'll be a good advisor if he get the pan track and make them know to stop the fool,
pan
right?
track, yeah.
Stay pan track. And so I'm going for the PUP or the UDP or they don't own P. I just ask. I got questions now. Like, oh no, don't feel me up.
I
I'm
think
ready
they
to
might do their
interview
own.
you. Come on the coach. But that's also the next thing I would want to say, and I'm hoping not just for Belize City that we really take a big interest in pushing for debates, pushing for conversations on the idea of what is your real mandate? What do you really want to do as change? And you know what I will think is so important? Because both Alan and Elude have been in the councils for so long. They have a wealth of experience. So I want to see which stance they're coming from, what they really want to do to revamp, reshape, to continue to sustain whatever they're doing there. I want to see that and I want to hear it. And I think that's going to be brilliant to be able to put them at the front or the second or so because you have the experience. So, all right, with the experience, what's your vision? What can you do?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me, man.
You know, like for me, it's always important to see what is their take on how do you address present issues. A lot of them come with a propaganda of how will they transform or like
The next 5 years.
the next 5 years how it will look. But I always think about what is the conversation about? We have a lot of present situations that need to get addressed. So like, what is your take on addressing those situations now, right? It's really good to hear you want to do this, you want to do that, but I'm like, what are you going to do? What is your take on the present situations and how that's going to be addressed? And if there's going to be any third party, any third group that is going to be establishing themselves to run for municipal elections, that's also going to be a good take.
Yeah.
What has you?
No, I love how
What
he
has
words,
Renata
man.
feeling this way?
No, because everyone said interviews will not be free, Renata. So you the charge. You say you done the go bad. You done the go bad already.
Yeah. What happened
Fire
to-
him.
what
We
happened
don't
to
want
freedom?
everyone again for
You
being
know,
no.
freedom of information.
Exactly. We
You need to
just
be
talked about this
accessible,
fire.
yeah.
You support the show and you want to talk about pay for any interview.
You have to be accessible.
Why?
You have to answer to the people.
I send you right back, you know. I send you right back. You're going right back, my day. Go hang out with Budna now, man. Because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. Take some time for your own. You don't know how to act. But no, it's going to be interesting to see. And I was talking to somebody, and this is just a random thought to put in there to
go for it.
place. Tell me how you feel about
Okay,
it, right?
okay.
Remember how we were talking about different referendums to run, right? Showing that out there that we're going into our municipal elections, and the US does practice it sometimes too, where at the same point when you're trying to get persons to view or get their stance on things, you at the same time when you're doing elections, you put in other things for people to do for referendums and big decisions. So remember how we were talking about marijuana, we're talking about so much different things. How about we try to put a referendum in the same time when we're doing the municipal elections? I'm just saying, people done the vote already. So what does an extra vote for something? And you already have the resources being used for the municipal. Remember, one of the big things or the big qualms is we don't have money to do a whole thing from scratch, blah, 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 etc. But if you're already going to go vote for the Sunup 11, right? The Sunup 11, because that's what they're saying.
Okay,
Huh?
okay.
If you're going to vote for them, who are the mayor in our Sunup 11? Not sure. We're going to, coming soon. They're still working it out in the slate. They're going to do a convention. But if you're already going to be voting for the municipal, might as well you put other things in there because you vote for this, and this too? Let's have a little census on what's going on. Resources aren't wasted. It's just an extra paper.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Just a
true.
thought on that.
It could be a
Big
good
current
participatory
issues.
process to be like, what are some of the immediate issues that you would like to see addressed in Belize City, for instance? You know?
100%.
How
Let's
it's
work on that. Not just because
Yeah.
remember municipalities cross. So every single town, all of these different municipalities, let's find out a little bit more and get a good representation on what you feel about the different topics in the country. You have until next year. This is a perfect time to launch some campaigns for information, videos and so forth, and at least get a sense
Yeah.
of what's happening with the country.
Yeah,
The
people are
whole
asking-
list.
People are asking, you know, or saying that they should also have debates.
This is what we're saying. Debates need to happen because, again, you can't come on me and promise me the moon stars water from the moon, all kind of things.
We're gonna leave that to Phil. That's Phil's
Phil
role.
promised me that, and he have fulfilled that. But like,
But not
but
this-
not then.
this
I
bare
want to hear
candidates.
something serious so I could keep you accountable, keep you in a check. Stop playing these games. And I don't have to pay for that interview, ever. So that's healthy discourse to be able to have, to see how do you feel about current issues, how do you feel about what's going to be done when it comes to budget, and go from there so people can really get a sense of you. The one thing to make you like come up there, you say, do this community service, you do this or whatever it is, but let me really hear your thoughts. Let me really hear your plans, and if they're realistic too. Because again, no can sell me a whole kind of thing and then I'll put in a bag and sell me later on. I get something else. And then contracts get given to nurses. So
For paint.
for paint, still bond me, man. Like I could paint too. I know for paint. But yeah.
Okay. We have one more topic to discuss with you.
Thank you. See, people are just saying they like my idea of the referendum, putting in stuff at the same. Put it in. We were always all about, and we say we want to know from the people. We want to serve the people. Put the different questions in there that are pertinent to the people so they could vote one time. We have no excuses. I'm asking and saying it from now. You have proper time for prep. What is it? Waste of what? Because you don't just extra paper for literally say yes or no pan. Extra paper. All right. Anyways.
I see.
No debate, no vote. All right. Yeah, empty promises will be made. But will it be made by the Sunup 11? Let's see. But we do have...
Sun up 7-Eleven. Sun up on 7-Eleven.
I ain't 7-Eleven might bring back some trauma to people.
Sun up 7-Eleven.
But that can change the narrative.
Yeah?
Yeah, 7-Eleven could be something else.
Yeah.
Want to come with that same energy.
Okay, so our last culture topic is that yesterday the World Cup started. So it's taking place in Canada, in Mexico, and in the United States. And of course, it's Belize didn't make it, as you know.
Kevin, I can't.
Did
Why?
not make it, as you know.
Boy, hold on, let me calm down. Tone, relax. I have it. I got it. Why you gotta be like that? The way how Kevin said, Belize didn't make it, as you know. Why you like this?
I'm telling you, my social energy is a bit low. So I'm like,
No, but you're salty with your social energy. Kevin's like, Belize didn't make it, as you know. Like, damn. Damn.
it's we can
We ever make it?
hopefully
One day.
one day.
This could be Panama Monday. I will push for Belize to make it to the FIFA World Cup. All right, politician, concern me that dream then.
Brian approves. Brian approves.
Brand new approve? Yeah, okay. We got somebody here
Yeah, but-
thinking for it.
So where I was going to, Despite Belize not being part of the World Cup, there's a lot of fans of the World Cup, and a lot of people gravitated somewhere yesterday to see the opening of the World Cup. But let me ask you: do you follow football? Do you follow the FIFA World Cup? What is your take on it?
No, I do not.
Okay, is there a reason why you do not follow the World Cup?
I don't know. I have not been into sports, deeply invested in sports for a hot minute now. If you make me watch a game, I would never willingly just okay, I'm going to go watch a game. But if I did my friends and then to watch a game, I would pick a team and I would be fully invested in that team, not knowing anything else about it. But I had to ask my husband on this because I know we were going to talk about this. And I had to ask him what team he's going to be on.
Okay, what team?
And that he's with France, right?
With France.
And then I asked him why he was with France. And he didn't have a very substantial reason for me. He was just I like the players and what they represent, blah, 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 etc. So I'm just going with what he says because he's my husband. So literally, I'm with France. So that's, if somebody asks, I'm with France.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going with. That's what I'm standing by, honey. But yesterday, when Jaleesa was traveling through and seeing so much persons, I know Cellar World did a great job of equipping some of the restaurants with that big 98-inch TV where people are watching World Cup. I will not say where I was yesterday, where some persons literally left, early for lunch, which I loved it. And they went to go and watch it too in a conference room and everything. But I love that idea too. Even if I'm not into it, I like the camaraderie and the feeling of people getting riled up and excited to go watch a game, to get excited about coming together and which team you to root for. And you tell me why you to root for this one. Getting dressed up because people will wear their shirts. They'll be die hard for it. And it doesn't happen every year. It's every 4 years. So,
Yeah.
it gives you that chance to build up. Some people find a team.
Yeah.
Some people just get into it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm definitely conflicted about this World Cup.
Why are you conflicted? Tell me.
Because, like for one,
Uh-huh.
it's the opportunity for you to see like all these great athletes, come and represent their country. And so like I think about the level of effort and energy and training that goes into it, right? So like it's a great space for them to come and show their athleticism. However, given like FIFA has turned like political, it's a political thing now, right? Where, for instance, the team that's Iran is playing in the US, but Iran is on a visa ban from the United States, right? So Mexico had to intervene and provide the Iranian team lodging, and then they have to like do the land crossing of the border into Mexico, only play the game, and they have to come back into Mexico.
Oh, that's crazy work.
That's one. Right, so there are other teams that are playing in the United States, but they're unable to go because of this visa ban, right? So like, how is that working out? And when they land at the airport, they are scrutinized so heavily, like even like they have to take off shoes and everything and go through a major search at the airport, right? Some people are literally sent back to their country so they can kind of represent their team. It's really bad. And in Mexico, for instance, I was reading on the news that FIFA, again, we cannot talk about anything. Everything is trademarked.
Oh yeah,
right.
We can't even play anything up here right now because if not, we're gonna be taken off for an entire week, guys.
Yeah.
So just no picture gonna be show up
So
here.
in that regard, for instance, if you have a taco stand in Mexico City and you want to say something World Cup or like FIFA or something, you have to apply for permit for you to put that in your taco stand advertisement. Right?
Taco
If
stand.
not, they're gonna be taking you to court because of how copyrighted it is. If you're an influencer going into United States and you're into Mexico and you want to promote the World Cup, you have to apply for a work permit for you to take your social media, phone, and then talk about the World Cup. It's very...
It'd be
I'm
heavy
like,
on the rules and responsibilities of not like playing with our content.
I mean, and the simple fact that FIFA gave Trump a peace prize, I am like, not Donald Trump receiving a peace prize on behalf of FIFA, right? So for me, like, it's a political stance of not participating in this World Cup. People are going out there. I know Belizeans travel to Mexico, for instance, to go and engage in that, and very good for them. I just believe that if you want to stand in solidarity for something, you cannot be like, oh, like, I'm going to put it on pause because of being a football fan. I feel like solidarity means solidarity throughout
like,
the way.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
I'm staying true with that. And I fully understand what, you know what, that's why Belize not in at the FIFA World Cup, because we stand for goodness and we don't care about the politics. We wanted to play the right game. So that's why Belize is not in there. It's not because we couldn't make it. It's because of all Kevin said that we stood for something. Right, Kev?
I mean, if you made to sell like vegetables and fruits, you can make enough money to buy your ticket to go. Because the ticket prices are also very expensive to go to watch a football match.
Hey, and the place, hey, you know what was interesting though? I was watching Friendlies, because they made to teach me about it. Fritz and Philip made to try to teach me a little bit about the whole matches and stuff. And Friendlies are literally games where people pay big money for go watch, full up, and they don't mean nothing. They just to play if you play a seat. I'm like, bruh. So I watched a Friendly the other day, and it was interesting to just see how it works and how everything go. And some viewers are in there like they don't like to see men in shorts, apparently.
They like to see men in shorts.
They like to see men in shorts, or they don't like to see? I'm trying to remember.
She says, I just like men in shorts.
Oh, I just like men in shorts. Oh my goodness.
And there's people that are with France. Some people are with Brazil. Let us know which team you're
honestly,
cheering for.
let's hear which team are you with, because I'm at France because my man is with France. I follow my man. He with France. I don't know where we're going, but we're going to France to get out. Not the chocolate boo. Oui. So like.
Yeah. But it's pretty exciting that on the opening match yesterday between Mexico and South Africa, Mexico won. So they won in their home country.
I mean,
their first game.
If they never win in their home country, you don't know. No tacos for there, no margaritas, no nothing. Like you, gosso, go. Me don't want to see you right now. But somebody's agreeing with you, Kev. There's like everything else, sadly, very political, and it takes away a lot from the sport in that sense when you can see barriers to that entry.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah.
thankfully, there are teams like Mexico that try to intervene to see how that they can make a way for it to happen. So, which team? I see people in here. What are they saying? This is one of the watch referee. She got fat. That's sure that this does she the watch referee then.
To the West referee. But folks, with that, we come
Mexico.
to the end of our couch talks. We want to say thank you so much for joining Renata and I for this conversation and your
Portugal and
inputs throughout the conversation. We talk about many things. Again, we want to remind you to stay tuned to Nemo's social media platforms to find your latest advisory. There's a flood warning for central and southeastern portions of the country, and also there's a flood alert for western and central Belize. So
Yes.
stay
Please
tuned
be mindful.
for those advisories because we want to stay safe out here.
So
And as we wrap up, we have 2 birthday shout-outs to do.
we do have a birthday show, and I have a big up to give to also.
Okay, so I'll go first.
You go, baby.
So
you go.
I want to big up, today's my aunt's birthday, Nancy Mendez in San Antonio, Riondo. So I want to say
big
happy
up to
birthday,
you.
auntie. Have a fantastic day. I'm sure, miracles are going to happen today.
Ooh,
But
we
definitely, thank you
believe
so much
it.
for being a wonderful mom to me and for all the love and for all the guidance, and have a festive, beautiful day. Happy birthday in advance to my dad. His birthday is on Sunday.
Oh
He's
my
gonna be
goodness.
57.
Look at that.
So happy birthday, Dad. Have a great one. We'll
Happy
celebrate on
birthday,
Sunday.
Mr. Mendes. And Miss Nancy. May be filled with all of the goodness that you guys deserve, with laughter, love, prosperity. And I hope Kevin treats you with something nice. Make you something. Miss Susie teach you well, you know. So,
The thing with them is that,
he don't need you to make
no,
food
they
for
like
me.
to cook their own food.
Really?
Yeah.
So that their love language is cooking for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my,
Yeah.
that's so cute. So you know what? You need to go eat the food.
I
then.
need to go eat, yes.
So Kevin, catch Kevin Power Boss somewhere right now, soon enough.
Yeah.
Make sure he go visit Dad's
Yeah.
and Miss Nancy.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Now it's your turn.
Yes, and I'm just bigging up Miss Elena from Belmont Pan that watches the show all the time. I was talking to her husband yesterday, and he's like, she loves the show. They love the show too as well. And so big up to you, Miss Elena. We like Elena's because, Brandon's mom is also Miss Elena too.
Shout out to Miss Elena for sure.
Yes, so big up to you, Miss Elena. Thank you for watching the show and making it a staple in your environment and everything too as well. So continue being awesome in every single way, shape, and form.
Yes. And now we have our beautiful sunrise to share with you. I like this because this is like, it was
Ooh.
customized for us today. Because it has sun up on the sand.
Oh, yes, I wasn't watching it. I was watching you, Kevin. You distracted me. Your pink shirt beauty has distracted me from seeing the sunrise, Jamie. Kevin shouldn't be coming out here with these pink shirts and distracting me.
And also, Ellis Ken is celebrating his birthday on Sunday. So happy birthday in advance
happy
to you,
birthday,
Ellis Ken.
Ellis. Thank you for watching Sunup, and also big up to you on a new chapter to be blessed with. May it be filled with wonders upon wonders of happiness and love and peace and prosperity and good food.
Yes,
So,
yes. Let's pray for good weather so we can celebrate.
oh yeah, 100%. But some people are looking forward to this rain and all. So it's an interesting thing because although floods are coming and all of that, but people may just need a little moistness. They may need a little unstable condition. They may need a little wetness because it's drier than Sahara Desert out there. So praying for that, and we'll see whatever God decides to do.
All right. It's
So-
time for our commercial break.
We got a lot of people with born in June.
Yes, that's true.
That's true. You and your dad born in June.
And my
your
aunt.
auntie.
Yeah.
Miss Nan.
And my sister.
And your sister.
And my other uncle. Yeah.
I'm asking something, but you know what?
Commercial break.
You know what?
Commercial break. Right.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust hasn't.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline. This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm a bureaucrat.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Friday episode of Sunup on 7. Just before the commercial break, Win and I had a lengthy couch talk to go through, so we thank you so much for your company and staying with us and your contribution to our couch talk. We move on to our first segment, and we have via Zoom Optimist Club 501. They recently went through an exciting poetry competition, so today we're going to find out more about that. But what's even better is that we have winners joining us via Zoom to share their winning piece. So, folks, let's indulge and let's talk with Ms. Courtney Stain, Public Relations of Optimist Club 501. Courtney, good morning.
Good morning.
How
Good
is
morning,
your Friday
everybody.
energy today from 1 to 10?
It is from 1 to 10.
Uh-huh.
My Friday is a 10 because this is my day off.
Ooh, girl, I love it
I
for
love it. You know, but thank you so much for
Yeah.
waking up early on your day off to be with us on Sun Up on 7.
You know, usually when you start waking up early in the morning, even on the day off, you wake up early in the
Yeah,
morning
your
and
body
you're
will
like, wait.
naturally like burn the stuff in.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. Courtney, so before we introduce who is with you via Zoom, let's talk about this poetry competition that the Optimist Club 501 underwent.
Sure. So this is our third annual poetry competition. It started out regionally in Dangriga 3 years ago. And for the past 2 years, we made it nationwide. The theme this year was Roots and Rebirth. And the prompt that the students had to write poems on was Roots Hold Memories and More. What stories of cultural identity and heritage and human rights live in you?
Okay.
We had over 40 participants from 15 schools all over the country. I'm gonna big up the schools that participated right now.
Please
for it,
do.
yeah.
The participating schools: St. Catherine's Academy, St. John's College, Nazarene High School, La Isla, Garonisa Academy, New Hope High School, Eden SDA High School, Sacred Heart Primary RC School, Dangriatang, Toledo Community College, Sacred Heart Junior College, St. Benedict RC School, Stan Creek Ecumenical College, Coastland Education Institute, Bamapan Methodist High School, Shepherd's Academy, and Mopan Technical High School.
Wow, that's exciting. That's
A good amount,
countrywide
yeah.
representation into this poetry competition. So kudos to the Optimist Club 501 for having
Big up to
quite a big
y'all.
reach. Yes. All right. So 15 schools
So
participated.
15 schools participated, and we have some winners here. And thankfully, you guys were able to bring them for us to, talk about their pieces and deliver it. So that's like a very big treat on a beautiful Friday for us to indulge in. And so, in that light, would you mind sharing with us who are our winners here that we have ready to light up the mood with poetry?
Sure. So we have our first place high school winner, Kevin Martinez from New Hope High School. His poem is titled The Salvadorian King 2016.
Okay.
And for our primary school first place winner is Darren Ciego from Coastland Education Institute, and her poem was titled Roots and Rebirth.
Okay.
Ooh, big up to them.
So let's bring Kevin Martinez into the conversation.
Another Kevin. We love it.
Kevin. Hey, Kevin, how are you doing today?
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing good.
Good
Kind of
morning.
nervous.
Nervous.
Nervous, you got this.
Yeah.
We're so excited to be able to have this conversation with you and to be able to be privileged to have you say your poem for us too. I think that's gonna be super cool. So how did you get into this competition? Like, who pushed you? Did you see that was like, I'm automatically gonna go in? What was going on?
So originally, it was my primary school teacher who pushed me to do this competition because I'm not really that expressive whenever I'm writing, but somehow words came up when I was writing the poem because what I went with was something more personal rather than more broad. I went on ahead and made the poem all about a journey that I went through from El Salvador all the way here to Belize.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Love that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that and sharing a piece of you with us through these papers. And in that same note, because this piece is so personal, what would you want persons to understand if they're hearing this entire poem? What would you want them to connect with for you, at least? One thing that you'd like them to understand from this piece that you're giving?
Well, in the beginning, in the first stanza, there's a part that a lot of people can relate to, mainly Salvadorans that were living in El Salvador during 2016, which is when he's talking about how the place was guarded by demons, meaning that during that time there were a lot of gang activity in El Salvador, and they had the major control of the country to a point that the government had to go on agreements with the gangs so that there was not as many deaths per day, meaning that was a very hard time for every single person in El Salvador.
Wow. And thank you for bringing that history to us to understand that reality that persons are going through, because this is the beauty about poetry. You're able to like go into somebody else's world and maybe connect with that too and learn something in that sense.
Would you want to hear his winning piece?
Do we get to hear the winning piece now?
Oh, sure.
Yes,
right,
I love when he's like,
go
oh,
for it.
sure, like, let's do this. We're excited, Kevin.
All right. So we introduce.
The poem is called The Salvadoran King 2016, and it goes: His roots were brutally choked by hopelessness and dismay, living in constant darkness and fear. His home was once a demon's place of play, but now the truth has been unearthed by the demon slayer. His nation, a prison once ruled by a gun, children forced to grow up, childhood undone. Their toys, sticks and stones, lethal destroyer of dreams and homes. Fugitives of injustice flee to the promised land. The family meets a glimpse of peace and a helping hand. Kid, welcomed by bullies, tries to survive. His only friends are movies and his determination to thrive. Teen against barriers of communication. His only hope, Christ and education. Mentors, his guidance and support. Christ, his protector and his fort. Orange Walk, his new town. His life no longer ruled by worry and frown, but now covered by grace, medals and suits. His origins seem to grow. He is reinventing his roots.
Oh, wow. Kevin was snapping. Yeah, got to snap for that. Oh, wow. That was very beautiful. I think my part was like, it tugged on my heart when you talked about the realities for kids, what they have to go through, you know? And it just drove it home in that sense of how many children, you were fortunate enough to be able to leave from there and get a better opportunity, but so many other persons were not able to do that. So like, I think it brings that reality of like how, you know, crime and all of these things have taken over when it was at that time, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
So congratulations, Kevin. You're the first place winner of the high school category. And big up to you and your school, New Hope in Orange Walk Town, for the great representation. Ren, now let's meet the first place winner for the primary school category.
Woohoo! And this is Darren.
Good morning, Darren. How are you feeling today?
Good morning. I'm feeling really good. I'm nervous, but I'm good.
I love it. Thank you so much for being so early and joining us today on Sunup on 7. How did you feel about, participating in this poetry competition?
I was really scared because I'd never done something like this before, but everyone encouraged me, so I was more confident about it.
I love to hear that, you had the support, despite you being scared to go out there and do your best, and you won.
Woo,
That's exciting,
to you.
Look at what happens when you conquer that fear. We absolutely love it for you. What was your poem about?
My poem was about Belize's culture and just about their unity, about everything about them.
Did you have fun writing this poem? Was it hard for you, or... Oh, I like the smile on your face when you said yes, you had fun.
It was hard, but I did enjoy the process.
So now will it be a thing that you're into poetry now going forward?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes,
Yes. This is what I love about competitions. Big up to Optimist 501 Club for that, because you've sparked up persons to be more expressive in what they're doing. So big up to you on that, Darren.
That is true. Darren, would you be so kind to share with us your poem?
Of course. The name of my poem is Roots and Rebirth. My roots are stories told long ago, of Garifuna drums with steady flow, of Creole words and Maya prayer, and mestizo dances bright and fair. My roots taste like rice and beans, stewed chickens shared in happy scenes, fried jacks warm at break of day, and children laughing as they play. My roots are strong like the ceiba tree, standing tall for all to see. They teach me love and what is right, that every child deserves a light. No matter color, voice, or name, we all deserve respect the same. Freedom to dream, to learn, to grow, to help our Belize spirit glow. When storms may come with wind and fair, my roots remind me I belong here.
Oh my goodness, girl.
Yes. You are making me want to cry.
I
It
know,
is
like,
so
oh
beautiful.
yeah, that was
My roots
beautiful.
also taste like rice and beans. And
Yes, when you said that, I was
fried
like,
jack.
girl, I connect with that.
I connected with that so
And the
much.
fried jack and everything in one. And I love it. It doesn't matter your color or anything at all. We're one.
We're one.
That
We
was
deserve
such
to
a
be free and
beautiful.
live free. Wow. Excellent job, Darren. Excellent job. That was so beautiful. Wow.
Is for I'm speechless. I'm just really grateful that you were able to share that piece. Thank you. Give us the privilege for that. But for persons that just listen to it, what would you want them to know when it comes to the roots or this poem or anything at all? Any little message you want to share with them from this poem? Or from you, from your learning experience? Anything.
I just want them to be proud of their culture and be proud of themselves and understand that they have to keep going through the journey and love, respect, and give everyone what they need.
Yes, that is a great message.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Darren.
Thank you for reminding us on that, Darren.
Yeah.
We needed that reminder.
What a great
especially from
message
a
on
young
Friday.
person like you that's seeing these things. So thank you.
So beautiful. We are joined via Zoom by your principal, Ms. Petra Fijo, and you're the principal of Coastal Educational Institute. Ms. Petra, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I am the principal of Coastal Education Institute in Dangriga.
I
We're
love
all the way in south. As I mentioned to Courtney earlier, we are living in unprecedented times. Right now, it's flooding in areas of Dangriga, but we're here. So, notwithstanding, we're still here to share, and we're glad to be a part of this forum this morning.
Thank you so much for taking the time and the energy to join us today on Sunup on 7. Given the reality you're experiencing, right? You're experiencing flooding, and I can't imagine how that must feel. But let's talk about how do you feel as a principal to have the winning poem for the primary school category?
Yes, I'm glad that you asked that question. And I must say that what makes this accomplishment more meaningful for us is because it actually came at a very timely manner. This was during the period that Darren's class was doing a unit on poems and poetry. And through that process, now they were able to learn figurative language, they were able to learn rhythm, expression, imagery, and all the intricacies surrounding being involved in writing a poem. So I am proud because, as I could recollect, Darren has been a little bit frail, not academically, but socially. And she was able to bring out the best of her through this process. It gave her an opportunity to apply what she has learned in the classroom. So she was able to bring to birth into tangible reality what she learned within the four walls of the classroom. I also want to acknowledge our teacher, upper division teacher, whom during that era was teaching the poems and poetry, and he was able to vividly bring into light all of these factors that I just mentioned. So I am proud. I am overly excited that we are a part of this journey with Darren. And of course, we're behind her. We have been behind her. And of course, all our students. We also had 2 additional students who participated in the competition, namely Prodigy Fijo and Colin Chi. And they too had some very exceptional poems. So we are glad to be a part of this journey. And we also want to give credence to the Optimist Club for having us participate this year as well.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Peter. I would love for you to kind of share a message to other educators, administrators out there as to why joining competitions like this, encouraging their young people, their students, to be active in competitions like this is so important. Because of course you're seeing it, and you talked about Darren's growth and everything, and she even mentioned it before you even said it, that she was able to do this because of you guys encouraging her. So could you just talk to us and talk to the administrators why they need to be getting with it when competitions like this come around to support?
Right. The education arena has, I would say, evolved into being what we would call competency-based. We are a competency-based institution, and we strongly believe that education goes beyond the classroom. It goes beyond memorization, and this learning focuses on the students demonstrating their skills, their creativity, their communication, their confidence, and also their critical thinking. So I would like to encourage other educators, other schools, that we don't want to only have the label, the tag of being a competency-based school, but also to bring it into, as I've said before, tangible reality. So, of course, we don't stick at what was learned in the classroom, but then our ability to apply it out there, what we have learned, makes a difference. It does make a difference. So, going back to Darren's poem, I would say there was a connection there with her and her poem, because she was able to become one with the poem. She was able to connect it to her roots and almost to her umbilical cord. So of course, all of this now I will continue to underscore has to do with competency-based curriculum, competency-based teaching. It is not a limitation. It's not only limited to the classroom. So I would like to encourage other educators, other schools to delve more and more into this. And yes.
That's a great message that you want to put.
100%. We're not just about saying that we're competency-based, but this is the actualization of being competency-based. When you put your money where your mouth is and support these students to come out to their full potential.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Courtney, let's bring you back into the conversation. How do you feel hearing these winning poems on Sunup on 7 this morning?
Honestly, I cry.
Yes, right?
I cry every single time I hear the poems. It was a really tough decision with the judges, because it was so much good poems. Like, some people address different areas of the prompt, and just deciding who to choose as a winner, it was a really hard process.
I can imagine.
We're trying to bring anthology together now. That's like the next step. So everyone who participated, if they sign a public release form, they can get their poem published and call themselves published poets.
I love it. So we look forward to seeing that compilation of the poems that were submitted, for us to be able to get a glimpse into that, into what was happening through the minds of your participants, but also what were the other issues that were getting addressed through the poem. It was definitely beautiful to see how the realities that people are experiencing and being able to share that. I feel like that's a great outlet. So congratulations for doing that. We have one more person in Zoom, and that's Prosper Fijo. Prosper, good morning. How are you doing today?
Not sure if he's hearing us.
We are unable to hear you.
Good morning. I can hear you. I'm sorry. I struggled a minute to get my audio connected.
That's
no
okay.
problem.
We know how it goes.
Trust
how
me.
it goes.
Sometimes the devices love us, and sometimes they don't love us. So we're grateful that you could be able to be a part of this conversation. Could you contribute and tell us a little bit about just, what is your idea behind this competition, seeing these winners, and, the idea of connecting roots and the history behind it?
Wonderful. This is a very significant moment for Coastline as a school. My wife is the principal of the school, and I'm actually the manager doing the overall mechanism behind the scene to make sure that we're forging ahead with the actual intention of meeting the obligation of the vision and the mission. I want to pivot back to even the founder of the school, who is late Dr. Julius Caesar Martinez, who himself is a poet and has had series of work that he has in the files that we're actually hoping one day that we can have his work published. He's a linguist, and way back in the days when there was not even a formal education program training teachers in Dangriga, in that same little school, Coastline Education Institute, in his little office, he actually trained teachers who had gone from his classroom to write the teacher's grade 2 exam way back many years before the education system evolved into what it is today. And so he became a mini tertiary institution producing teachers, causing people to find themselves, to find a voice, to find a language in the classroom. So for us, it's a beautiful evolution to see Darren, who started from our school, from preschool, transitioning. She's one of our few cohorts who have started straight from preschool all the way to a primary school. So Coastline Education Institute existed as a preschool by a vision that Dr. Julius Caesar Martinez and his wife founded in one of the rooms in their house, just trying to be educators, just trying to teach people. And in 1991, launched actually the starting of the school as a preschool. And by the grace of God, in 2014, we were able to launch the primary school section of the school. And ever since, we are looking forward to that opportunity, to that moment where we can see that transitionary process where a student is able to find themselves in real time. And Darren has represented an example of that, being able to find her voice. We're very firm with language arts, with teaching students lexis and structure, the ability to express yourself through words, the form of piecing information together and becoming one with it. So it's an amazing and refreshing moment to find Darren transition from that very tender, frail scenario in terms of even within the social compass, and to be able to automatically make an eruption out of that and into a metamorphosis that is so great, and also helping to bring our school spotlight. And so we are excited for the Optimist Club that is hosting this. Is an inspiration, and definitely we enjoy an opportunity like this, and we want to put the word out there to invite more schools, more educators, and most importantly, to continue to allow these kids, even at a primary school level, to understand that they can become masterpieces creators, that they can put things together, and all of a sudden it is them. Darren, this is you. This is your moment for bringing your talent to the world. And so if we can take it seriously and understand that what we are putting in these children, our ability to communicate to them, to let them know that you can become the master, the architect of your own design. And by virtue of your ability to become one into what is going on, who knows? It's just like how we have had this opportunity, and it is daring to the entire country through Sunup at 7. Who knows? By virtue of this level of creativity, you cannot imagine how many stars and how many introspection that we can be able to see come to the limelight as our students, as our children who are both sometimes, not family in terms of our own biological children, but the children that are within our academic environments, whose parents has committed that we can be able to foster that legacy and bring it to limelight. So I'm really excited for this moment.
Mr. Fijo, we thank you so much for giving us an orientation into Coastline Educational Institute. It's my first time hearing about the institute, so I really appreciate for you to share, the birth of it and and the great work that you've been doing. It's also great to hear, that in the case of Darren, she has a whole community that supports her, that saw the greatness and saw the opportunity for her to be uplifted and explore a new side of her. So kudos to you and the team for being of that support.
Big up to Darren once again.
Big up to Darren once, sir.
Kevin.
And Kevin for being the first place winner for the high school category. Shout out to New Hope High School.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Coastline Educational Institute. As we wrap up, Courtney, do you have any last words to share with our viewers?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you so much to Darren and Kevin for submitting their poems. Kevin, you were one of the only ones from Orange Walk, and your voice was heard. So kudos to you. Thank you to the sponsors. Veronica's Way sponsored our first place prizes. Also, big up to the second place and third place winners from high school and primary school as well. Your poems were amazing. Everyone's poems were really amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
This falls right into our mission and vision, just to foster youth development, youth growth, and inspire the future generations of Belize. Things like this, I think, is amazing. You can bring out something in someone that they never knew that they had. So
yes.
yeah.
Awesome.
You-
Courtney, we thank you so much for also joining us today on Sunup on 7 for the inspiration, the creativeness, just the joy, and the refreshing feeling that was shared through those poems
those
today.
poems are beautiful.
Congratulations once more to the winners. Congratulations to Optimist 501 Club for the great work that you're doing. We'll be looking forward to your next competition, what that may look like, but of course, continue doing the great work in our community.
Most definitely. With that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening with your news. I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, the Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on Earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. From rest to adventure. From nature to culture. From luxury to freedom. Every vacation imaginable, except snow, and we plan to keep it that way. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Escape to the reigning spa of the year. Belize's premier wellness experience, where award-winning luxury meets pure tranquility. Book now, 20% off spa treatments, 50% off accommodations, only at Naya Resort and Spa.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. It's time for us to continue with the great conversations on Sunup. And joining us via Zoom, we have life coach Wayne Moody joining us. Good morning. How is this energy today?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear
Yes.
us?
Yes, Dream Builder.
Yes, Minister of Transformation. How are you? What is one thing you're grateful for today?
Oh man, I am breathing. I'm alive. I've got purpose.
Yeah. Great
Good
stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
And so today we're getting ready and preparing ourselves for summer. And so one of the big things we're going to be talking about on this conversation is preparing yourself for the best season yet.
Ooh.
That's really
Yes.
a lot to unpack. So in that same note, like, talk to us about just the idea of the approaches. What is necessary for persons that are getting ready for summer and like this might not be the summer they're looking forward to? Maybe, you know, they lost their job, didn't get the scholarship, whatever's happening, they're not in the best health, whatever it is. How do you feel happy or navigate this summer?
How do you become the best version of yourself?
Yeah, come true, Kev.
All right, let's go with how do you become the best version of yourself, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, we talk about transformation. And the greatest gift that we can actually give is showing up as the best version of ourselves. And that involves transformation. And my philosophy of transformation is you got to be honest with where you are, acknowledge where you are, blame no one for where you are, imagine where you'd love to be, and then you start taking steps to get there. Whatever you can do, you do what you can right where you are, heading in the direction. So it starts with a self-assessment. I know exactly where I'm at right now, and I know where I'm heading. I know where I want to go, and then I start taking steps to get there. So I know where I'm at right now. Summer is coming. What would I want at the end of summer? So I gotta paint the picture of what I want at the end of summer. I want the end of summer to be, man, I'm happy. I've had a fulfilled summer. I've grown. I set the intention because you got to know the destination before you start on the journey. So how do we have the greatest summer we've ever had? I got to imagine what is the best summer that I would have had.
I like that. You got to know where you want to go.
Yeah,
You know, so like the destination has to be very, very important. So, so that's step one. Okay, where you are and where do you want to go?
Okay, I got that together, and now how do I go from there?
Yeah. So what is the next step?
Well, the next step, you know, I've been imagining and practicing some Stoic principles, right? And when life happens, you want to stop and you want to ask yourself, can I do anything with what I have right now? Am I responsible as far as, is there anything I can do with where I'm at? And if I can't do anything, then I got to let go what I cannot change, right? But then the next question is, what can I do? And what I have is breath. I am alive. What can I do with the life that I have today? And honestly, for me, the key to happiness, one of the key to happiness is realizing that my happiness is my responsibility. Happiness is not nobody else's responsibility. I got to take responsibility for my happiness. I say, if anyone or anything comes in my space and affect that equilibrium, I have two choices. Either I get out of the space or I get that thing or person out of my space, but my happiness is my responsibility. So my happiness at the end of summer is my responsibility, not nobody's responsibility. Now, one of the things that I know truly brings fulfillment in life is serving. That's why, as the minister of transformation, I serve transformation. And what I'm going to be doing this summer, I'm going to be serving.
Nice.
I'll be serving optimists. I'll be serving. There's a camp that I'm going to go volunteer for folks that are challenged. I'm going to be serving. And in serving, it brings a measure of, once you serve, and you're serving from a place of being honest, and you really want to make a contribution. It's not about wanting to show or wanting to have a name for yourself, but truly serving. That brings a measure of happiness that no money can buy.
100%.
I like that.
So for persons out there, they're hearing this message, okay, they're putting themselves in the zone where they want to go, they're thinking about where they want to serve or so forth, but maybe they have maybe persons in their life that are bringing them down, that's not in support of it. How would you help them to navigate, or what would you tell them to navigate with persons? Because community really does make or break you a lot of times, you know, whether it be your partner, whether it be your friends, family, whatever it is, co-workers, all of these things, like they fuel into how you kind of navigate certain things, what choices you kind of make, what leaps you kind of take, right? We had a beautiful conversation before about with Darren that talked about how she was scared to do something, and because her community feeded her, they fueled her, she was able to do it. But how about that person that doesn't have that good community to fuel into them? How can they now approach this while they're navigating?
Well, one of the first things that I do as a coach, right? And Kevin knows this. The point of power is within. You've got the power. You might not realize that you have the power, but that is one thing that you have to realize, that I have got the power to do whatever it is I really believe I'm called to do, because every breath we take is the source of life, breathing life through us. We call it God, right? That force that is breathing life through us, the infinite creator breathing life through us, we're as close to the source that created this universe as the breath that we take. So sometimes you might not be aware of it, sometimes you might not believe it, but that is something that you want to sit with yourself and acknowledge, you know what? I've got breath. I can do something today. I am here today because there's something that I should do. So I got to know that the power lies within me. That power lies within me to do what needs to be done. For example, I would say to students today who are going off in summer break, right? What can you do with the time that you're going to have? I mean, you got to sit and think, what is there that I can do? And sometimes it might have to be something that you're not going to go make money. Are there elders in my neighborhood whose yard truly needs some clearing and cleaning? Are there elders in my community that need someone to go and do their errands for them? What is it that I can do to serve? I say, I got to serve, and I got to take what I have and use it. And it might be 5 loaves and 2 fishes, but you want to give what you have, and then it's going to be blessed and it's going to be multiplied. But a lot of times we're waiting for someone to do something for us when we need to do what we need to do for myself. I mean, what can I do as far as my health over the summer? Okay, I don't have school. I'm going to start walking. I'm going to start taking care of my health, because if I'm not healthy, then my whole dynamics is going to be out of whack. So what can I do with what I have right now? But a part of it, honestly, is how we see ourselves. And one of the biggest challenges is changing the way we think. But the honest truth is, who's responsible for what I think? I am.
Yeah.
And we're bombarded with social media. We're being bombarded with the voices outside. Like you say, the young person say they want to do something. You know, when I decided I was going to be a life coach and I said, this is what I want to do, the moment you say you're going to do something, for the most part, 80 or 90% of the time, people are going to tell you why you shouldn't do it or why you can't do it. So one of the things that I've learned is, in silence, start making my moves. And even in the midst, I had friends and family who were telling me, boy, please, who's going to pay you to coach them? But I had to say, you know what? The world. I had to decide, what was I going to follow? Who was I going to follow? Who was I going to listen to? And if I know you're going to be negative, I won't even tell you what I'm going to do. If I know you're not going to be supporting me, good to know, I'm going to put you in the nosebleed section of my life.
I like that so much. So a couple of things that you've mentioned. For one is like, let go of what you cannot change. I think that's a very great place to start. Also, what's within my immediate reach? Like, what can I do with what I have?
Yeah.
So like your first thing, breath, right? It's very present in you. You can take a small step. I feel like people often get overwhelmed when they see like the big pie, right? And they're like, how will I do this?
How do I get that? How do I do this? What are my
starting
steps?
piece by piece, next thing you know, you already ate the
Because
entire
it can
pie.
feel overwhelming. It can feel hard to navigate. It feels like you're not getting, or you don't feel like you're in the place where you need to be to get to the next place too. You're not equipped in that sense.
You know, it's good to know that. It's good to know that you're not where you want to be. That's good to know. As far as that, because and the good thing about it, if you know where you are, then you can navigate to where you want to go. But some people are in denial of where they are. And if you're in denial of where you are, then you have to first be honest with where you are. I mean, if where you are is not where you want to be, and you know that, then that's a good place that you are. Know that you know that you're not where you want to be. That's good. Now, what can I do? Every one of us is given so many seconds for the day, right? None of us have a longer or a shorter day. Now, how am I going to manage this day? Now, one of the challenges that we face is sometimes we're so caught up in the past that we're not enjoying the now. And we're so going ahead of ourselves in the future. It's something we're having anxiety about that has never happened, that I don't get to enjoy the moment. So if I'm going to enjoy the summer, you know, one of my mentors says life is given to us in moments, and we need to enjoy this moment. I'm present here with you, Kevin. I'm present here with you, Renata. I'm present in this moment. I gotta focus on this moment, and I want to be very present with you at this moment. And it takes discipline. And this is where we talk about mindfulness, because a lot of folks are still bringing the past with them when they need to let it go. And this is why I love the work that I do, because coaching an individual into the dream that they have, it takes discipline. But I have to be practicing. I have to be practicing what I'm actually teaching. So this is why, hey, I got things that I've done and I'm doing it, and it actually helps me to have the state of mind that I have right now. It just didn't come because I said I wanted to do it. It's been years. It's been years and years of practicing. So I want to encourage folks out there who are feeling overwhelmed. Acknowledge you're feeling overwhelmed. Acknowledge that you're feeling frustrated. But there's a difference between what you're feeling and who you are.
Yeah, that's important.
I feel overwhelmed, but I am not overwhelmed, because that's not who I am. Who I am, I'm amazing. I'm strong. I am able. All my I ams have to be stuff that is expansive. But what I feel, I'm honest with what I'm feeling. I mean, a lot of us today, we're feeling a lot of feelings. And when you suppress what you're feeling, that's where mental health, you get shipwrecked in your mental health. You suppress what you're feeling, and that's what leads to anxiety, stress, sicknesses, diseases. A lot of the diseases I believe we're faced today, and this is what research shown, is because of our thinking.
Yeah, and contributes to, you know, non-communicable diseases. All of these battle emotions can affect your body in so many ways.
So you really got to take time into navigating those things. So in that sense, for persons out there that may be struggling, they'd like to be able to have you as a life coach, to connect and be able to stay a lot more grounded. How could they get in contact with you? How would that look like for them?
Well, I have two disclaimers, right? One, I don't work with no. So if I talk to you and you say, you know, it sounds okay, but I don't want, then I just know I won't work with you. And the second disclaimer is one that once I work with you, I'm your coach for life, right, Kevin?
Yes.
So you can reach me on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Honestly, I'm willing to sit with you and share with you and help you to acknowledge where you are, because that's how we start this journey. If you come into the gym and I'm going to be your personal trainer, I got to know what weights you can lift, what you can't lift. I assess you where you are, and then we have to envision where you'd love to go. So if you get a personal trainer in the gym and you want to fit that dress for the wedding, you know the body you have, what you need to do to get the body you desire. But as far as I'm concerned, I am home. Believe it or not, this is the anniversary of my return. The 29th of June, I returned last year.
Oh, wow.
So it's the year since I've been home, and I'm navigating through the awareness of what I can do. And I have a friend of mine said to me once when I just came back, she said, SET, S-E-T, serve, empower, transform. That is what I'm here for. To serve, to empower, and transform. And the testimony of the people that I've been working with speaks for itself, because that young man sitting on the couch right now, I met him on my first show last year when I came, and he's a dream builder, and I'm so proud of him.
Thank you, Wayne.
That's so cute.
Thank you.
So definitely for persons out there that want to connect, they can be able to reach you on the different multiple platforms like you mentioned before, on social media, and begin that conversation to see what it is. And
and to get people from where you are to where do you want to be. I think that's I think it's important, and it's always helpful for you to get help.
Yeah.
You know, I think some of the greatest persons that have built great things, they've had a mentor, they had somebody that has guided them throughout the process. Especially as in regards to like, how do you declutter your mind and figure out, you know, what do I have within my reach that can help me get there? It can be very, very
100%.
helpful. And when you do a wonderful job at that, we thank you so much for joining us today on Sunup on 7 to give this enlightenment to our viewers that are tuned in. As we wrap up, Wayne, what motivational message would you like to leave with our viewers on this Friday?
Well, the word that I want to say is that whatever you focus on is magnified. Now, I got to be aware of where I'm at. I got to be aware of the problems. I got to be aware of the situation and circumstances. So I won't be the ostrich putting my head in the ground and acting like it's not happened. But what I need to focus on is the solution. I remember one of my mentors, General Arthurs taught me this as a manager. He said, whenever a subordinate comes with a situation that they're dealing with, if you come to bring a problem to me in my office, make sure you come with 3 possible solutions. So you want to focus on the solutions. You want to acknowledge the situation and circumstance, but realize that the situation and circumstance, they're real, but they're not the truth because they're going to change. But the solution is what we're looking at. And the more apparent problems we have, the more you can actually make more money. And we say we have a lot of problems, but we can be just focusing and talking about the problems, but what are the solutions?
Yeah. I love that.
I love that. That's a perfect way to have people like, that's a good Easter egg for them to be able to be diving into surprise and say, yeah, what am I thinking about when I focus on these problems? What's going to be magnified? But thank you so much, Rain, for this conversation, for sharing this space with us, for being present with us. We truly appreciate it.
That is
And with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition. In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning,
of
the
northern
2023
Lagoon in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight.
We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
We are back, Boozellas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have to make a public service announcement because a lot of persons are wondering why did us automatically sign out to FB and they can't get back in, and it's becoming a complication. Right now, globally, there is just some weird like outage kind of thing taking place that's that has persons out of their Facebook and Instagram for some persons too. And even if you're in your Instagram, it's still not operating at the full capacity and functionality.
Yeah. So there are reports of a global outage affecting Facebook and Instagram, leaving millions unable to access their accounts. So there are reports that indicate that users are facing login issues. So if you notice, maybe you have been logged out from your Facebook or Instagram accounts. Also, you have feed loading problems and app failures.
So you did not get hacked.
No.
It's just off whack.
It's just,
so
yeah.
The country is just, the world is just burning a little bit. So
it is.
It's just, it be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes. So for persons that are saying, why can't I sign into Sunup? Nobody can. We logged up.
Yeah, that's true. And we are also like on the last minutes of our fries jack episode. I would love some fry jacks.
I know, we didn't get food today, but it's okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, our food guest was unable to make it today.
I know, he was on his way and then he wasn't.
And then they broke down.
Then he wasn't.
And then, yeah. No fried jack, no rice and beans, even though like it's deep within my roots, you know.
All of a sudden, your roots.
Yes, and tamales and chimole and relleno.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but fried jack and rice and beans and stewed chicken today.
I'm hungry, please stop.
I'm hungry, please stop.
I feel hungry.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
so you know what? I no longer want to talk to you guys. I'm hungry. I'm not a nice person when I'm hungry. So we're gonna cut this thing soon. We're gonna thank our guests that came in.
Let's thank our guests.
You do that because I'm hungry.
Yeah. So we had the Optimist Club 501 that joined us via Zoom to talk about their poetry competition. And we had the pleasure of listening to the poems of the winner categories. So Kevin Martinez from first place winner for the high school category, representing New Hope High School in Orange Walk, the only submission for Orange Walk. So kudos to you, Kevin, for being brave, even though you said, you know, writing is not your thing, but you clearly did
an excellent
job. And Darren Ciego, who's the first place winner for the primary school category, representing Coastland Education Institute. Excellent job, also so warming to hear these poems. And then we were joined by the Minister of Transformation, life coach Wayne Moody, today to talk about how do you, live your best summer? How do you get from where you are today to like where you want to be? And I love that he mentioned, you have to let go of what you cannot change. I think that's very, very wise,
Sometimes
let go of what you cannot
be
change. What can I do that's within
things.
my power and within my reach today to get there? I think that's another important reminder. But the biggest one biggest one
The biggest one.
is that my happiness is my responsibility. I think that was a great reminder on this Friday episode.
It ain't your partner, it ain't your friends, it ain't all of those persons in your life. It's about you. You know?
How do you bring that happiness to yourself? That's powerful.
Yeah,
That's really, really
100%.
powerful. Yeah.
So, with that,
With
we've come
that,
to the ending
we'll
of the
still
show.
have 6 more minutes.
We have 6 more minutes.
We have
of
6 more
Facebook,
minutes.
Even the work. So it's
But
okay.
we have people tune in via YouTube.
I was like, you know what? Facebook's not even working. Send the people off on an early Friday.
Not yet.
I'm
So we do-
hungry. we gonna cut this thing
Not
up.
yet, because we do have an announcement to make that next week is Sun Up on 7's 5th anniversary
5th
special.
anniversary.
And in case you've missed it, Baby Beef and Spice,
Yeah, they fight.
then they fight over
Who side you
knees.
upon? Cause you been instigate too. You been instigate Wednesday.
Well, Courtney was on my side, so I have to be part of the drama. I don't know.
So you basically say you would welcome toxicity because toxicity.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Fries. Fry Jack.
Fry Jack.
You would welcome that because she'd upon your side, like just because she there.
I mean, don't you love to?
So whose side you upon really? Courtney's side. You got Courtney in this.
No,
Who you got?
none. I just love it. It's like growing up as a kid, you watch novela. So I'm here for the drama.
Kevin like drama.
I am here for the drama.
That's a toxic
You
trait,
know?
Kev. That's a
Yeah, I'm
toxic-
here for
and
it.
This is what we talk about him being shady. You see? He'd instigate things to try, probe Courtney for say stuff, for trip pan Brandon.
Yeah, what's Courtney talking about?
Huh?
What was Courtney talking about?
I don't get into this because I need to repeat what she said that their beef. I need to part of that mix up. Me not staying at this, Sarah. Me not there mix up. I is a good person.
It's gonna be a good beef soup for sure. So let's
I
see
hear
how.
a fight. Well, I hear a fight might happen too.
I don't know.
They made
but
mince words and I think they like that. One of the chat there. So I don't know.
I have
and then
no idea.
Courtney
But
done
if
said
you want to
she don't
see
know
how
she go.
this will end up, you have to tune in next week Friday to anniversary special because Baby Beef is gonna be here and Brandon Spice will be here. So we're gonna see how that goes. That also gives me like another
Tell me.
beautiful thing of how Sun Up on 7 is going to celebrate its 5th anniversary.
Yes.
The 3 of us started, but now Miriam is also part of the team. Courtney Menz is also part of the team, and they're going to be with us on Friday.
The
to
big
celebrate,
shebang bang, yeah.
the growth of Sun Up on 7.
It's beautiful to see how things grow throughout the year, how it matures, how it develops, and all of that. So you're gonna get to see all of that, guys, and the fun from it, and give your memories and your feedback and all the great stuff along the line. So
Yeah.
a big treat for you.
Big treat.
And
Baby
who do you
Beef
got?
and Spice.
You should put. Well, no, we can't put nothing in
We
chat
can't ask
because
it,
there is no chat for Facebook.
There's no Facebook Live for us.
Put
to
in your
know.
mind, and then maybe we get it. We have the mental telepathy kind of thing to just like.
Yes.
Hear it.
Yes, for sure.
So with that, can I end the show now?
You can. What is your Friday takeaway? What is your message for this Friday?
I'm hungry, and that's
You're
what
hungry.
my that's my message. Feed yourself.
Feed yourself.
Eat if you need to eat. Drink water. Mind your business. Go to the bathroom on time. Don't hold in your pee. Like these are
And do
good
not
messages
make,
to remind
and
persons.
do not make important decisions on an empty stomach.
Exactly. Don't
Eat.
talk to people when you're hungry. If you know you're that person that's going on pop, pop, poop, poop, poop. Don't do that. Don't do that. End the show. Do things like that. Go home. Go to the bathroom. Wash your hands with soap and water. Public service announcement.
Public service announcement.
Put some oil on your elbows and your kneecap.
Okay, she's
You
really
know you look ashy.
consuming this 2 minutes, just so you
Because
know.
Kevin won't let me be great.
Okay.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up,